Well, the power just came on, which sort of negated my video here, but it does give me plenty of light to show you what I've done here. So this is a little bit of a hack. It works for when your power goes out briefly. So I do have a big generator. Luckily I didn't have to haul it out for this, but I was in the middle of hatching and my power went out for about an hour and a half. And you can see it's currently, this is not running on the house's power right now. And I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. This is a GQF incubator, cabinet style incubator. They drink the power pretty good. I do have them padded up with some insulation to try and reduce a little bit of the heat consumption. But anyhow, you can see they're hatching just fine. And so usually I have them plugged into the house, but our power did go out, and so I have it running off of something, and boy, my garage is a mess. But let me just show you outside what I've got hooked up. And this is it. My car is running one of these power inverters, and that is enough for my car to power my GQF. As I have a hatcher, the incubator wasn't running because I didn't have any eggs in it at the time. I have run it off I've run both GQFs before, the incubator and the hatcher. It's not great. That's just barely on the edge of it. Usually if I'd be more likely to plug in a brooder and disconnect the incubator. The incubator can usually go several hours unless it's close to lockdown. But anyhow, this little thing, just a little power inverter. You can have these things hooked up to the cigarette lighter, basically, or the power outlet is what they call it now. You can have that plugged in, but it won't be as much. It's not as much power as if you hook it up directly to the battery. Now this thing, let's see if it says, I'm sure it says somewhere on it how powerful it is. It's not much. This is not one of the super powerful ones. I want to say this is probably, let's see, it was a 400 watt. So this is the 400 watt continuous, 800 watt peak. So this is, you know, a fairly decent one, but I believe I paid probably 30 bucks for it, something in that neighborhood. You know, an actual generator is going to be a couple $100. So just something to keep in mind if you just want to run an incubator in case your power goes out. This is pretty simple if it's going to be for just a couple hours. There are people that will tell you that you don't want to leave your car idling for a couple of hours because they'll overheat. And if you've got an old car, that's probably true. But if you have one of these new cars, just think about it. You're not worried about being stuck in traffic bumper to bumper for a couple hours and your car overheating anymore. Modern cars are a lot better than that. So you can run these things for a couple of hours. Well, now I don't need it because the power's back on. But this is just a little quick tip of something you can think about doing, you know, in the future. Let's see if this works. In the future, if your power goes out, it's good to have one of these things on hand. They're about 35 bucks. You can run a GQF cabinet incubator, probably 2 cabinet incubators for, you know, a couple hours for the cost of, you know, instead of having a generator, your car is the generator. So anyhow, that's a little tip.